How you guys? Hey, ninja, Asian girl here, getting ready for this conference to start. And then seeing the guy with the blue shirt hovering. And I'm waiting for him to tap on my shoulder to say, excuse me, miss. You can't scope this. Hi, Alicia. It's been awesome. Have you been watching Chris's scopes? But I want to scope and I want to get a different perspective because I want to get like up close and tight. Like, you know, I'm an Asian. Asians have a different eye when it comes to video. Let's hope not. I know, right? Because I like to get like really in there to see like the facial expressions and the flow charts and all that business. I don't like that far back business. Your fun view. Hi, Gibbo. What's up? My fun view. Thank you. So I'm waiting, Alicia. I'm waiting for Peter to tap on my shoulder and say, "Excuse me, you can't do that." But you know me, pushing the envelope, right? Pushing the envelope to share information. Biggest takeaway. Oh my goodness, girl. I have to get back to you on that one. There's too much. I had to sort through my thoughts. But there is a lot. His targeting tips? Oh, I know, right? Are you part of Dark Post Profits? Hi, New York. What's up? Search Moms. Yes, push it. We're going to push it. There's always a way to scope. What's the conference? It's called the 3C Conference. It is about creating traffic, capturing leads, and converting to sales. It's about internet marketing. Yeah, about how to use the internet, social media, Google, YouTube, all that stuff, blogs, and how to make money. So much training. Oh my God. Keep streaming? Okay, I'll do it. Invite only? No, I think you could purchase tickets, but today's the last day. I just covered the phone in my jacket. Well, I actually have like a serious like tripod set up because I can't hold my hand like this or keep it like this for hours, right? These Asian arms are called chicken wings. That's what Kama calls them, chicken wings, because they're like scrawny. How much are we saving on this free scope? Hi, Matt. Really, Kurt? Nice. Good way to make friends there, Kurt. Uh-oh, I think they're going to start. What do you guys think about Kurt? I know. Uh-oh, you guys. I know, right? Okay, yeah, you guys be quiet. Uh-oh, you guys are turning the music up. All the lights are going down. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. It is an internet marketing conference. It shows you how to make money online. We're in Vegas. We're at the Flamingo Hilton. Thank you for all the love taps, you guys. Make sure you do that so that I know that you're still here and that you guys are watching. I didn't lose internet connection.
Everybody please take your seats. Everybody please take your seats.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Shh. Just tap. It just lets me know that somebody's still there and you guys are watching. I didn't lose internet connection. Thank you. And feel free to share this out. Share this out with your followers. Shh, Mimi. I know, they are going to call me out on the PA. Kyla, I used to work with a lot of people that work in Empower. I'm not in Empower. Okay. Oh my God, you guys, it's dark. Let me turn my light on. There we go. That's the light.
I think somebody was sitting here already.
Oh, there was nothing here. There wasn't anything here. It was empty.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I guess until they come back.
Yeah, no, it was empty.
Okay, good.
It is a paid event, but there were some comp tickets.
You didn't know?
It was empty. I'm telling you, there was nothing here.
That's fine.
Or else I wouldn't have sat there, right? I'm not a seat stealer.
I told you the new city school got on there too.
They told me not to believe you. These people, there's 42 people that said don't believe that guy.
Oh,
Say hi.
You must be a Periscope.
Yeah.
Okay. And who are you?
GoRiceGirl.
GoRiceGirl?
GoRiceGirl.
GoRiceGirl. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, then also follow Rice and Spam. Rice and Spam.
Look at, they're all
Rice
saying hi to you.
and Spam.
How's
everybody doing?
Yeah, she's Rice
We're
and
having a
Spam.
great time.
They're asking, are you mad at me?
Not at all.
What's up? What's up?
Okay.
It's all up.
She
Everybody
feels,
doing?
you're not helping me.
All right. So I am Andrew.
Okay, here we go, you guys.
Iron Man. Anybody? Darcy knows. Okay. So, my name is Andrew Iron Man Graham. They call me Iron Man because I have had 5 open heart surgeries.
Matt says no reservations.
I have 2 mechanical St. Jude artificial valves. They are made of metal. I don't know if it's iron, but they're metal. I also have a artificial aortic arch. So as a young child, I was always fighting against heart disease, having blood thinners in my life and everything else, and having to fit in with everybody. So a little
Can
bit
you guys
about
hear
the
okay,
heart
or do I need to
condition
take the
itself.
mic out?
On my 4th surgery,
Let me know.
It's kind of a cool story. On my 4th surgery, I was going to the doctor for a
Okay, thank you.
checkup, and I always hate the doctor checkups. You know, it's like every time you got to go, they're saying, "Oh, this is what's wrong with you," or "You got to do this."
Okay, cool.
or,
Thank
gotta
you,
do
guys.
that, and we need you to do this, a CT scan, all these other things. So I go to the doctor, and I have the top heart surgeon at Stanford. His name's Dr. Frank Hanley. And we sit down, and we talk, and he says, "Andrew, you're going to have your 5th open heart surgery." And I said, "Well, why?" And he said, "Well, we found an aneurysm the size of a mandarin on the back of your heart. So," he said, "you got to stop everything that you're doing and immediately go to the hospital and have emergency surgery." So during that time, I was so scared and unhappy, and my family was there, and essentially what happened was is I check into the hospital, and the number one thing that I think about is not business, it's not money, it's not marketing, it's none of those things. The number one thing I thought about was my family. And what that did was it showed me, you don't really care about anything. I thought to myself,
Hi, Tiki.
if I had one more chance to just go feed ducks or to do something simple, that's what I want to do. So what Chris wanted me to do is come up and tell you guys that we all have our own stories. We all can feel nervous, like we're not accomplishing things and getting things done. But the number one most important thing in life is that you remember that you're doing this for your family. And as much as you can, at all times, take massive action. No matter what it is that you're doing. Because your days are limited, and you're never going to know when that time is up, and you couldn't have been something that you wanted to be for the rest of your life. So thanks everybody for having me up and speaking. I just wanted to share that story because at all times, every single one of you need to be taking massive action for your family, and you don't want to ever mess around, because tomorrow you may not be here to take advantage of the opportunity that life has to present. Thank you.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Woo!
We're going to do a panel session right now. It's going to be a lot of fun, you guys. So what I want to do is I want to dive into the panel. We're going to bring some chairs up on the stage behind me while I'm talking, and I want to introduce some of my peers, some people that I have respect for, some of which you might know, some of which you might not know. You know, this is going to be a little bit different. Maybe get a hand here. Good. Let's put the chairs back here, actually. Right here. What we're going to do with this panel is this. I'm going to introduce some people that are in this room that are skillful, and each of them has a different skill set. This is going to be your opportunity to be able to ask them questions. This is your opportunity to be able to learn from them. We're going to bring up, to give you an example, people that are doing well with Shopify, people that have done well with print on demand, people that have done well with viral traffic, people that have launched courses, or how about this one, people that have done well with creating a massive social media following, loyal, engaged, rabid following. We're going to bring them up. I'm going to bring up people, for example, someone who flipped and made over $1 million first month advertising on Facebook following these strategies. Would anybody be interested in hearing from someone like that? Not only that, but we have one of our guest speakers from the weekend who came back because he loves this audience so much, and he's going to be joining us here on stage as well. You guys will be very excited about that. Literally, this is going to be a blast. Now, let's set some ground rules. Here's the ground rules. What we want to do is we want to keep it a little bit more lightning round, right? If it's like a big, huge, long question and takes 10 minutes to answer, then this session will stretch out for like 2 or 3 hours. We don't want to do that. We want to keep it tight. Quick, short, compact questions that are something that will help you or something you think would be helpful for everybody else. Now, for the speakers that are on stage, it goes both ways too. Keep the answers short and compact. So as I introduce the speakers right now, what I'll do is we'll get everybody up here, introduce them, get them in chairs, and then what we'll do from there is I'll give the mic to each person. They can introduce themselves, and also, if you're a speaker, introduce how people in the audience can follow you. How can they, where's a website? How can they subscribe to the list? You guys, when they're up here and they tell you, make sure that you jot that down. Make sure you write down, how you can follow them. That's the least we can do for their time and their service. So we got 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, we have 7 people I'm going to bring up. Hopefully I can remember all this, right? 7 people to bring up. First of all, before I do this, can we get a little bit of energy? Are you guys excited to hear from 7 Don't be letting that lunch get in the way right now. Can't let lunch get in the way. Okay, so I guess in no particular order, I just got to start plucking people out. Something you wanted to say, or are you good? That's just another mic. All right, first things first. I'm just going to call out who I see. So, the first person I want to bring up is a speaker that we've already had this weekend who most likely I thought was just going back out of town, but he loved this event and loved these people so much. You gave him so much respect, so much excitement, so much energy. I want to welcome up as one of the panelists who's standing in the back of the room, not even paying attention to me, Dr. Ben Atkins has come back to join us, guys. Come on up. Look at this, man. You got a standing ovation, man. This is awesome. All right, guys, stay standing. Stay standing. The next person I want to bring up, let me give this man a shave a bit. The next person I want to bring up here. Thanks. Next person I want to bring up is somebody that I've got to do business with a lot recently. He traveled from abroad. He came here, I don't know if it's 14 hours or more that he flew and he came here. He has been teaching one of the most viral communities on the internet. His Facebook group is so viral that literally there's like 150 posts a day, members helping members. This man has literally learned how to be able to create massive viral communities online. He's none other than the creator of Viral Autobots, Mr. Luke McGuire. Welcome him. Thanks, Luke. Come on up. Sweet. All right. So the third person I want to bring up, we'll stop here, Luke. You guys get to know these people, all right? Get to know them. Get to know these people. They're going to be big movers and shakers in the industry. All right, the next person I want to bring up is, let me see, I'm spotting them from the back there. All right, JC. The next person I want to bring up is this. Now, when I started doing live streaming, when I started getting into seeing like Periscope and live streaming and building communities, there was somebody who stood out who had passion, who had built a massive following on Instagram, who had done it on Periscope, who had a way of being able to bring leaders together to inspire literally hundreds of thousands, maybe much more, across the nation. We had the pleasure, Darcy invited him out here to be at this event. He loves it. He loves you guys. He loves the people. If you ever wanted to learn how to build a massive following when it comes to things like Periscope and stuff like that, I want to introduce you to a new good friend of mine, someone you should all get to meet, Mr. JC Limitless.
Woo!
Right on. You guys get to know these people. They're going to be very, very helpful in helping you to grow your business online. All right. Let's see how many chairs. Hopefully I can bring up 7 or 8 people here. All right, the next person I want to bring up is a good friend of mine. This person was actually one of my roommates at a time in my life. We lived together in San Diego. Not only that, but he watched what I was doing, blowing up on Facebook, and he said, hey man, can you teach me? And what I did was I taught him what I was doing with like Teespring and selling shirts like that. He's somebody who knows how to 10x business. He took what I taught him, and he literally exploded with it. Now, before I bring him up, I also want to say something else about him. He did $1.3 million in sales his first month on Facebook with the strategies that you're learning in here. So, you guys might think I'm doing good. If you apply the strategies, you can make a lot more. Also, another crazy thing about this guy is that his dad, who was very, very old when he had him, he's the youngest child of a huge family. True story. I don't know if we'll ever get it on true story, but his dad is actually the co-founder of Hyatt Hotels. He was the guy who came up with the original idea for the fly-in hotel, got the Hyatt partners invested, sold out early, and that's one of the legacies that family. He's learned entrepreneurship from somebody who is a legend in the industry, has done big, big, big things. I want to welcome you all and introduce you all to a very close personal friend of mine who's done very well. You can pick his brain. His name is Michael Crouch. Welcome to the stage, Michael. If I'm about to call you up, stand in the back or somewhere where I can see you, or stand up where I can see you. Bring it up. All right, man. Thanks, dude. All right, the next person I want to bring up is somebody who I've started businesses with in the past. So just like working with Michael, I've had business partners. This business partner has built businesses where he helps brands, small businesses, he helps brand them with social media profiles. Me and this gentleman originally launched Penny Click Profits together as our first little training mastermind. We launched Dark Post Profits together. So at one point, we literally were doing a lot of this stuff together. We ventured into different worlds. He ventured into e-commerce. I did product launches. But he's here today, and I'm telling you guys what he's done is beyond impressive. Listen, I saw enough value in him to be able to partner with him, to be able to choose him as one of my alliance partners. So hopefully you guys treat him with the same exact respect. He's filled with a lot of knowledge, especially when it comes to marketing to businesses. It's amazing. I want to welcome to the stage my good friend, Mr. Arthur Tubman.
Woo! I didn't know Arthur was here.
And he's rocking a Dream Big, Hustle Harder shirt. Stand back here. We got 2 more seats real quick, and then we're going to start the panel. The next 2 people I'm going to bring up are going to be, in fact, I might just bring you guys up together since it's taking a little bit each one. Shopify and Teespring. We've talked a lot about monetizing. And so what I have in my mastermind, I've got some of my own students that are going to be with me this week. They're here. I asked if they'd be willing to come up and share with you. One that has started doing very well on Shopify. Another that has done very well with print-on-demand t-shirts like Viral Style and Teespring and stuff like that. They're full of knowledge, and if you have any questions about those 2 mediums, and if you ever want to get involved in those, we talk a lot about it. It's time to meet some students who are actually crushing it with results. I want to bring up, I don't know where they are, Peter Chan and Lawrence Aponte. Come on up. You gotta love people just like you getting results. They're just like you getting results, taking action. All right, guys, let's get a louder applause. Woo! I know, first thing you're saying is, where's the ladies? Where's the ladies, right? We actually threw this together real fast, okay? We did throw it together really fast, and I didn't even know who was in the room. But let me at least say, when it comes to I brought up JC Limitless for his Periscope following and stuff like that. If you guys are interested in building a social media following and stuff like that, let me give a huge shout to one of my best ladies I know in the business. If you can stand up. Joanne Pham right there. You guys get to know her. All right, good. Joanne Pham has a massive following. She's doing amazing. I just didn't see her in the room when she was in the panel. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to pass the mic. Each person's going to do a 1-minute intro, nothing too long.
Everyone's like,
and then after they do the intro, we're going to do Q&A. We're going to keep as long as you guys want. This is value. There's nuggets of wisdom and knowledge here on the stage. Please take advantage of it. You need with practical, applicable knowledge. This is your opportunity. So with that being said, we're just going to pass the mic. We'll start with you, Ben.
What's going on? All right. How you guys doing? Yeah. Sexy boys. No, it's good to see you guys. Hopefully you've had fun. Can we give a round of applause to Chris and the whole team? Yeah. It's been amazing. Let's see what to say about ourselves, right? My name is Ben Atkins. I've been doing this about 5 years. I started off as a chiropractor. I was broke as hell. Starting that business, Facebook was sort of my salvation because I didn't have any money to spend on the traditional stuff. And pretty quickly, people started asking me what the hell was going on with that because we were blowing up our practice pretty quickly. So I started writing things down, information. We were talking with the guys, the amazing team that's been running the show back there in the back. Big wave, guys, so everybody can see you guys, because these guys are awesome. Round of applause for them. Just talking to them in the back, I'm like, you guys know that you guys are really geniuses at this stuff, right? And you should be teaching a course people how to do this stuff, because they would pay you a lot of money to learn that. And that's basically where I started. I knew some stuff, and I had a little bit of skills in some things, and I started teaching that. And 5 years later, a lot of people keep buying this stuff from us. So that's sort of what we do. We take people that are really educated and they have skills, and we give them sort of a second income source, and we magnify that with the internet. So that's what I'm sort of good at. So next up.
How do we reach you? You forgot that important part.
Good form, yeah.
You're welcome.
I run a company called Fearless Social, fearlesssocial.com. You can go there anytime, and you can find new pictures, all kinds of fun things of me, as well as some marketing stuff. So thanks for that. So fearlesssocial.com, that's where you find me. That's my best friend sitting there now.
What's happening, everyone? My name's Luke McGuire. I'm from the Gold Coast, Australia. I know a lot of you are flying out from all over the world to be here purely because of probably my last launch into what's called viral Autobots. And in the past, probably a year and a half ago, I don't have an amazing, huge story from coming from nothing, but I've had a pretty average at everything, average school, average at uni, couldn't get a job after uni. But what I want to say about being here in this room today is that there's people in this audience that you have probably not even met yet, or you might have met them, but they're not speaking here, but they are huge, and they've made a massive impact on my life in the past 2 years. So the first internet marketing product I bought was actually one called Bring the Fresh by Kelly Felix, and he's in here somewhere. And while I don't do SEO at all now, but he taught me some fundamentals of my life and in his marketing journey that got me to where I am now. Then Mario Brown, I reached out to Mario years ago just as a massive fan. Look at what I said. I even shared it with my group there that the first message I sent to Mario was me just fangirling, just going, wow, you are amazing, your story is huge. Then who he taught,
it's 2:09 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
He taught me so much about how to launch products online, how to be a marketer, how to sell, how to make solid products that are irresistible. And he won't even tell that to anyone, you know. And I wanted to say that I met Chris from that. And these people are all in this room over the past year. My last month was my first $1 million month. That's growth. I'm not saying that just to set for our numbers, then that is gross sales, and I'm still going to push that to the 2 million, 3 million, you know. But the people in this room, I have to thank them so much for that, and for you guys being here, you are with the right people, and that's why I've flown out from Australia. That's why I've told everyone to come here. I know there's so many people here that have flown from all around the world, so give you guys a clap for actually being here for Chris and for this event. Contact me. You have my personal email, Luke@social.
I don't think so.
So thank you.
What's up, guys? I'm JC Limitless. I want to ask everybody, do you guys feel like you're getting value from being here with Chris? Yeah. That's all I'm going to get? That's more like it. I teach a limitless concept to everybody that I work with, and part of that is being confident in yourself and what you're working on building. I don't care if it's tying your shoes or building a multi-million-dollar company, you should be all in and be excited about what you're doing. That's why I just asked you guys, if you guys are getting value from this, I want to hear you guys say, yes, I'm getting value. Yes. That's what it's all about. All right, guys, last July is when I got onto social media. I've never been on social media before last July. And it's kind of crazy because I told my story on Periscope, and that's what made me trend. People heard my story, the adversities I went through, the life that I lived, and the successes that I had, and it made me trend really fast. From there, I went over to Instagram. That was on Periscope. From there, I went to Instagram, and I just started, posting like little quotes and things that I say all the time to my workers, to my friends, and the people that are around me. And people started resonating with it and following me. Within, I think it was like 2 months, I had like 13,000 people start following me on Instagram. And it's really been quite a trip because never being on social media, I still don't even know how it really works. Like I'm just being myself, putting myself out there, connecting with people, and from there, I've built one of the strongest networks I've ever seen. Like the people that you surround yourself around is what you're going to become. And now that I surrounded myself with all these successful people, whether it's financially or mentally, whatever it may be, it's just brought me to this new pedestal. It's just absolutely amazing. And people like Chris and all these guys up here, these are great people to surround yourself around. All around, it's just great knowledge. If you guys want to find me, you can find me at jclimitless.com. All my social media is jc_limitless, and you can find me there. I'm pretty much on every single platform you can think of.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Crouch. I just came out here from Honolulu, Hawaii. Been friends.
Can I go back?
Aloha. I've been friends with Chris for a long time. He's been an entrepreneur, fellow entrepreneur. So it was about 2 years ago we were talking about Facebook, and the paid platform opened up, and Teespring and direct to print. Print on demand. There we go. Print on demand came out, and yeah, we just were talking, and saw an opportunity, and my first month on Facebook was able to do pretty well, scale up to over $1 million in sales, and I hadn't done paid Facebook paid marketing before, really much paid marketing at all, and I'm sure we'll talk more as we ask questions, but really it doesn't take that much of a budget either. So when you start hearing those big numbers, you think maybe it's going to take a lot of money to get to that in your first month, but it really doesn't. And so anyway, really excited to be here and talk with you guys, and aloha. Yeah. So you got to get on a plane, and it's about several thousand miles. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you my personal email is Mike Crouch, CROUCH @gmail.com.
Hey guys, excited to be here. Arthur Tubman came here all the way from Orange County, California. I have lived in 18 different cities in the last 8 years, and traveled all over the place with Chris as well.
There are none.
I've been kind of everywhere. I just want to say this. There's absolutely. I used to think it's like the most cliche, like silly thing people said on a panel, but I believe this to be true. There's absolutely no reason that the next time Chris has an event, that any one of you that are in this room can't be up on the panel here and sharing your story or answering questions or telling us how you did whatever you did. I run an agency. I run a marketing agency called D4Y Brand Builder. I've been doing it for several years. I've done probably a dozen different opportunities with Chris. We've done some product launches together. It's been quite a ride, and I'm super grateful to be up here. I'm super grateful to have Chris as a friend, but also a mentor in my life. And I hang on to a lot of the principles and a lot of the personal development stuff and the mindset stuff, because I feel like skill sets can be learned, and you can become better at driving traffic and generating leads and getting millions of views on videos and doing all sorts of cool stuff like that. Building a big audience is something that I've become really, really good at. But if it wasn't for some of the habits that I've developed over the years, things like getting mentors, reading books, doing personal development, managing my time better, managing my money better, then the skill sets are pretty useless. So one of the biggest things I learned from Chris is just that whole thing that he talks about a lot is, instead of saying I can't, saying how can I? And I've had many, many moments in my life and my career where I would just kind of throw my hands up and say I can't, and then I'd have Chris in my ear telling me, well, how can you? And somehow, some way, I always figure it out. So excited to be here, excited to share with you guys, and that's all. And how can you get in contact with me? I have a passion project that I'm doing right now. The site's not officially live, even though it's something there. But I read about 3 books a week, and I have a podcast coming out next week called Read, Master, Grow, and it's readmastergrow.com. If you want to write it down, check it out next week. It'll be live.
Hello, my name's Peter, and I'm from Southern California as well. I'm actually a student of Chris's seven-figure traffic academy as well as his inner circle. And I pretty much do all the crowdfunding, t-shirts, borrow style, Teespring. So if you guys have any questions about that, I'd be more than happy to help you guys. And you guys can find my content and contact me on teemarketingacademy.info. So it's TEE marketingacademy.info.
Hey guys, my name is Lawrence Aponte. I'm also a student of Chris's Seven-Figure Traffic Academy. About 6 months ago, I was down literally to my last $100, and I purchased a course, and it's called Ecom Experts Academy. And the only reason really I purchased the course was that the person that was promoting it had a really good bonus, and I just wanted his bonus. I just wanted to see his case study. So I really didn't want to touch the course. So it took about 2 weeks before I touched the course. And then once I did, it just like everything just kind of hit me, and I was like, oh wow. So here we are, 6 months later. I took that $100 and it ended up flipping to 3 different Shopify stores, and we've generated over $300,000 in sales. So yeah, if you guys have any Shopify questions, just go ahead and shoot them. I actually have a group on Facebook called Shopify Moneymakers. You guys can just contact me on that or just request to be part of the group.
All right. You keep the mic. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, pretty cool panel, right? Okay, we got a diverse range here. Let's try to mix up the questions, and here's what we want to do. Basically, like quick questions, fairly quick answers, and I'll be asking questions in between to keep the flow going and to make sure it's divided and split up. If you have questions, we have a mic right there. And you can just line up and take questions if you want. I don't know that I can do them from your seats. If anybody has questions, just take massive action and walk up to the mic and make it, or there's the mic there instead. It's in the middle. Oh yeah, that way you can get it in the background. If anybody has questions, walk to the mic. And, again, if you have questions about branding, positioning, marketing, Shopify, Teespring, really anything, these guys will kind of pass the mic around and just kind of share it. In fact, I'm going to leave a mic over here as well. Just kind of pass the mic around. Go ahead, let's do it rapid fire. Let's just start the Q&A session. Kick it off.
My name's Kevin Jackson. I'm here with my wife, PJ. And my question is going to be right at the end over here on Shopify. We've got a Shopify store. We've done so-so with it, and all of a sudden everything stopped on it. And I haven't figured out exactly why yet. And I'm trying to find out what does it take to get products moving on Shopify, and what's the best way to get them moving?
Just testing. I mean, it's just really broad. I just say just testing. You really just have to, one of my main things that I did when I first started was I always had a goal to add anywhere from 3 to 5 products daily, and to add, just run $2 or $3 ads to them and see if they converted or not. I'd let them sit for 2 or 3 days. If I got in a few sales, then I would scale up, and then the ones that didn't work, I would just kill them. And this is in reference to Facebook ads. So, the best thing is really just testing. Just continue to test the market and run ads to those products.
All right, my name is Cassandra Lee. I'm the power to the couple. Not me. I could probably ask every single one of you a question, so I'm probably going to be backed up here a few times. But the first one that I want to ask is for any of the Teespring or like T-shirt print-on-demand people. I would like an answer from each one of you, if possible. And it's just basically, how do you bridge the lead to buying the shirt? This is your first shirt you're creating. How do you get them, after you've been accumulating leads, to finally condition them, hey, I have a T-shirt, why don't you buy it? How did you bridge that over? Speak all at once, please.
So you're asking if, let's say you have a bunch of leads for a specific niche, how do you sell them a T-shirt?
Yeah.
You just email them and tell them that you have a shirt for sale. E-commerce, when you're selling physical products and the price point's really cheap, you don't really need to bridge as much as say if you were selling a digital product. You don't need to do a sales page. It's complicated, testimonials, and then buy my shirt. You just just need to sell the shirt.
Agreed.
What's going on, guys? Policy Q, that was my wife. Yeah, so this question is for Luke, and congratulations on having your biggest month, man. That's super inspirational. What I wanted to know is, what were the success pillars that helped you reach your biggest month? If you can put it into either principles or pillars of how you did that, I would really appreciate that. Thank you.
For sure. So I could say some of the biggest things that I've been able to change and learn from the people I was mentioning before was the first thing when my sales completely went through the roof in terms of no matter what it was I was promoting, was something that Alex Cass taught me. And that was whenever I'm writing sales copy, doing a sales video, whatever it might be, is to focus on the benefits, not on the features for the number one sales. So if you're looking at headlines, you want to have a very strong benefit over an actual feature. So for example, with my viral Autobots, yes, I could say we go out and find viral content and then you can download and post it and stuff like that. But if I said to you, what I've got is a software that with one button is going to have your social media pages on complete autopilot, posting the most viral content daily in 30 seconds. That's a benefit over an actual feature that I have. And I think when I started applying that to my entire business, from, like I said, my sales videos, even with my sales videos, I have a lot of fun with them, and you guys have seen them, they're pretty ridiculous, but as an extreme and not the average sales videos you'll see to get attention. But when it comes down to what it is I'm trying to sell and get across, it's really about pushing the benefits for me over the features. And when I learned that, things went through the roof. And was there another part to that question, or was that?
That was.
Yeah, but that's it. If I can say to anyone, take away, no matter what you're selling, focus on that, implement that, think about the bigger picture, because you can see things as the creator and how amazing your features are, whatever it is you're doing. But for someone who just sees you in the product, they want to see what the main benefit is for them that they can do right now, and that's going to engage them, and then you can show them the features later. But if you focus on that, I think that's where it's going to be a big game changer for me. It was anyway.
Sweet, thank you.
Hi, my name is Zach Willison. I am part of the Southern California crowd, so we're up in SoCal. My question is for Mike. So Mike, you said that your first month with the Teespring stuff was over $1 million. That's insane, obviously. So my question is, when you say that it was your first month and you did over $1 million in sales for the Teespring, are you only referring to a month of that's when you started marketing, or does that also include the preparation, like the websites, the design, just thinking about what you're going to do? If not, how much time went into preparation before the month of marketing?
So with Teespring or any of the print-on-demand options out there, it's just you can get going right away. So that 1 month was in total. So there was no preparation. It was just creating designs, putting them on these sites, and then running ads to those designs, and then Teespring, handled all the fulfillment. So all that I was responsible for was doing the advertising, funding the advertising, and creating the designs on the shirt, and that's it. So as far as for today, there's a lot more options. So back then, when that happened, there weren't as many things at your fingertips as you have today. So I'm pretty heavily invested in the Shopify right now, also with print on demand, because with things like scalable press or different options out there, you can do a lot more than you were able to do at Teespring before. You can get paid faster, you can make more margins, you can collect email addresses, so you can build your list, which you've heard a lot about. So that would probably be my advice, would be to get going with Shopify and plug your t-shirts into there using one of the Shopify apps like Scalable Press, or there's a few others out there as well.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
I am Marcy from Utah, and I have a question for everybody, but specifically JC. I'm a personal trainer, and I'm not the only fit mom in Utah, so I need to figure out how to pinpoint my brand while growing on Periscope. So every time I get on Periscope, every couple of minutes I say, hey, if you're new to this scope, I'm a personal trainer. If you have questions about fitness, health, anything, ask me. So how do I go about growing on Periscope while teaching people about me and branding myself? If any of you in the room have suggestions, I'm open for them.
I think I can take this. for Periscope, it's all about engaging. Find other broadcasters that have the same type of message that you have. Go in there and interact with the people that are in there. Get them to follow you. The more that follow you, the more that the more exposure you're going to get. Also, too, if you go into Periscope and you search Scopers Unite, myself and Steve Gadsby, we started Scopers Unite for the people that are just getting into Periscope because you get in there, you got 10 followers, you hit start broadcast, and there's one person in there watching.
Zero.
So instead of that, there's probably 600 and something members that are part of Scopers Unite, and if you want to get exposed, you become a part of Scopers Unite. It's free, and then every Saturday for 5 minutes, we all take a turn for 5 minutes, and we do a scope about starting broadcast and how live stream has changed our lives and exposed us. And what you'll get is all 600 of us will show up there, come into your feed, and then we'll all share with our followers. So, you could have 3, 4, 500, 1,000 people in there on your first scope.
Hey everybody, Victor Garantia from San Francisco area. Search Triggers is my product, and that's a software product. Last year we launched a membership site in SmartMember, and one of the things the question is for Ben, Dr. Ben, about funnels.
Ben's fine, by the way.
Huh?
Ben's fine. No, go ahead.
Because we have this. This will apply to everyone because we have an ebook, we have videos, and then we have a beginner course. Like a beginner course, and then we have free webinars every week, and then we have a software. So like last year we launched the membership site, and we got lots and lots of people engaged and really excited about it. Now we're ready to launch the actual software. And so this is a different play because now it's about the success of people using the software, which happen to be the same people that bought the membership site last year.
Right.
So how do you build that funnel in the best possible way to build the maximum engagement in the front end offer that we're what would you put first? Should we try to get people in the software first and then upsell the membership site, or go to the? I mean, I love
It's one of my favorite questions.
Yeah.
No, and be completely serious. I love this. How many of you sometimes feel like you have trouble knowing in a funnel where to put things?
Yeah.
Okay, this is like a universal thing. So it's all about creating higher quality problems. That's the key. When someone first wants to lose weight, for instance, most people, and this will apply to you, when someone wants to lose weight, they really don't understand what their real problems are, right? So the idea is the first piece of content you put in front of them should appeal to sort of the primal brain. It's the thing like, I want abs, right? But the problem really isn't abs. The problem's much deeper than that. So your first piece of the funnel, your sales letter, for instance, should educate them to get them to the point where they understand what their real problem actually is. The first thing that they buy should educate them to the point to where they understand what their next real problem is. So that's what you have to really figure out about your products. And sometimes that means you have to go back and tear apart things a little bit. But the idea is every time someone buys from you, you should solve a problem, but you should introduce more high quality problems. And that's where your next piece of the funnel actually goes. When people have trouble converting on an upsell, it's because they didn't adequately introduce high quality problems. So like I said with weight loss, it's all about, hey, you need to fix your diet, you need to fix your exercise, and you need some accountability. Immediately, everybody in the room right now understands a higher quality problem. I just educated you, but now, well, I happen to have an accountability group that I can sell you. I happen to have a diet plan and something you can download that I can sell you. So that's how we structure it. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So look back at what you're doing. See, of your products, which is the thing that introduces the higher quality problem. And I'll just give you one more example. When we sold Scriptall way back when, a year ago, first, we showed people how to write copy. They wanted to know how to write sales copy for their products. We gave them some things that they could do. But then the real higher quality problem came out. It was, shit, it takes a lot of time to write sales copy. I don't have that kind of time. So why don't we have this piece of software that just erases all that? So that's how you would structure it. Hopefully that helps.
In this case, it would be like the cost of pay-per-click on search engines. Is driving their business to be non-profitable. We want to solve that problem.
Right. Talk to me after. We'll get specific because I don't want to take any more time. But like that's the thing. It's always about creating a higher quality problem with every step in the funnel. If you can do that, and then your next piece of the funnel solves it, you're good to go. So, yeah.
I'm Jeremiah. I have first-time fathers.rocks. 6 months ago, I was at this same conference, and Chris said something that he said again in this one, which was to start with clients. This question is for you, Ben. I started with clients, didn't start with my own project, and I started building them customer bases. Right now, I have a customer who's in the Medicare home health business, to where she's giving support to people who are only on Medicare. It's government funded, it has no website for it, it has no marketing or advertising budget whatsoever. You had mentioned in your presentation that you had put out every 2 weeks marketing materials with regards to your specific chiropractor business. How do I get a hold of that?
Okay. So if I understand the question, you want to know sort of what we put out specifically.
I'll answer it another
so
time.
I'm of the mindset that if I wanted to go into the chiropractic marketing niche tomorrow, and I will get back around to the question, I promise, then I would basically take everything that I've ever created and slap the word for chiropractors on it. So what I'm saying, yeah, everybody's laughing, right?
I like your style, Doc.
What I'm saying is marketing and sales is the same damn thing. It doesn't matter where you go with it. You can make excuses to say, well, no, my stuff's different. Like the excuse that people used to give me, well, was I have to deal with Medicare laws, or I have to deal with this and this. Well, that's fine, but it's still just marketing. So what you're doing right now is literally buy anything these people put out.
I hear you.
And then just say, how does it apply to this? And then the only thing you ever really have to do is go in and look at the laws. Because with my chiropractic stuff, it was always, what am I not allowed to do? And then it's finding a clever way around it. So I don't feel like I'm answering your question, but where I came up and what I actually did was I stopped paying attention to other chiropractors. I started paying attention to people outside of my niche that were doing things, and I brought it into chiropractic, and I started dominating chiropractors. Nobody can touch me because my set of tools was better than their set of tools. And the problem is you get in an echo chamber in your industry, and you're talking amongst yourselves, and nobody really sees what's going on. Always go outside. So I have no idea if I just answered your questions, but I really tried hard. So, if not, we can talk after.
Do you have an answer for that, maybe? Because I know you also do a lot of work with, I don't know if that's a good question for you too. I know you, with your D4YBB brand, you've done a lot of work with clients.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer that any better than
I think that's a sit down and let's have a drink kind of question, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit. I think the question, I think, the way that I understood it was that if you want to market if you want to get clients to pay you like a monthly fee to be able to manage and stuff like that, you flip the other angle, which is, hey, I can take all my products and sell it to that same audience. It's really the same thing. Client work is also the same as taking your products, repurposing them, and selling them to clients. It is the same thing. You go to small businesses. If I launch Dark Post Profits, like a Facebook ads course, I could do Dark Post Profits for chiropractors, for real estate agents, for loan officers, is exactly what Ben just said. You
For
can
sure,
take
Hannah.
something, repurpose it, and now I'm in there. The other good thing about this, and I'm sure anybody would agree that sells to small businesses, is you can sell somebody something where they can do it themselves. Here's a course, do it yourself, and they always, even after going through the course, they'll always say, well, how much can I pay you to do it for me? So just by selling these people courses, you could literally be an affiliate, sell Dark Post Profits or anything to a customer, and they'll always say, can you run my ad campaign for me? Because the one thing small businesses do not have is time, and they all want the result. Chiropractors are busy doing adjustments. They're not busy doing Facebook ads. But they want to do Facebook ads because they want more adjustments, right? So that's the cycle.
And you're right. You just introduced a higher quality problem. Once you educated them on the stuff that you would learn in Dark Post Profits, yeah, they don't have the time to do it, so time becomes the problem. Now the education's there, but now they're actually educated enough to buy a $20,000 package from you. But before, hey, I got a $20,000 package, I'll do this for you, they're too busy with other stuff to even understand it. So I love that funnel model for offline especially.
Let's keep the questions, unless you want to keep the questions.
I mean, I could just piggyback on that too. That's pretty much our model. Is we teach a course, and then they're like, okay, there's some people in there like, I want to buy more, so we sell them more. And then there's a couple people in there's like, well, I have a bunch more money, but I have no time at all. So can you just do it for me? And that's the model. But with that question, it was just a little hard because you could pick and choose, who to work with, and some clients are better off not working with you.
And by the way, you guys, just so you know, I know a lot of people don't know Arthur, but we've worked on projects where he's done client work exactly like that. It started as one thing, and then they said, hey, can you help us do a viral video? And Arthur put together viral video campaigns, like on YouTube and stuff for clients. And like, what's an example of the amount of views you got for like the K1 speed and stuff like that on videos as doing client work?
One video, 25 million or 26 million, and 5 million. Lots of millions.
Yeah, I don't even remember. That's why I asked you. I forgot. He did a client work, got the client on something else, did 25 million views for the client, and every about 5 seconds in the video, the client's brand logo was being shown. And then at the end, there was a call to action to go to the client. Brilliant stuff. So if you guys like that kind of client work stuff, also, I know a lot of you don't know Arthur. He's also a good guy to seek out for that.
And that's organic. It's not paid.
So that was unpaid.
It's different. So it's more about creating a kind of a win-win barter relationship between your client and your Rolodex of people and creating some kind of win-win where you can get paid as a consultant, they don't have to exchange any money, and everybody is happy.
Cool. You want to keep the questions going?
Hey, my name is Michael Reyes. This question is probably for Luke or Ben. Just looking for some insight. I'm going to run a split test here on a information product that's selling from 97 to 197, and the traffic is coming from Facebook, AdVise. And I'm wondering if you found it more effective to run them to a webinar where it's a registration and a replay, or if you did like a 3-part follow-up series, which had a better conversion.
I'll tell you right now, in terms of doing webinars, personally, I've never trusted anyone to even do a webinar for my audience, let alone me. I haven't done that many webinars. I've always done the 3-part series, and actually, Chris is the first person I've ever introduced to my audience, because I know how much value he provides, and that's his only goal, is to provide value. So if you're confident in webinars is a real temperamental thing as well, because as Chris or anyone in this panel would say, webinars they can crash, things can happen, and I've never dove into that world as much as doing a 3-part email series or building value through an email opt-in list, or even right now my Facebook groups just go absolutely ridiculous, and anyone that doesn't have a Facebook group for their business, you need to get one, because I literally make more money now inside my Facebook groups from anything from affiliate marketing to building trust to actually having people respond and open, but that's that side. But I would say for me, webinars, I'm really just diving into that a lot more now, doing it personally and introducing people that can provide massive value like Chris. But if you're getting started, if you haven't done a webinar before, I wouldn't go that route personally. But that's what I've done personally.
Well, this would be like an automated webinar replay. So
okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, no, I've personally never dove into that world. I've focused on what had worked for me and scaled up on that and pushed more things in the social side of things. Now, I know the power of webinars and they're massive, and I'm going to actually be going into that a lot more now. But personally, that's not the webinar world. Even if it's a replay, hasn't been in my actual area of business, so I can't comment on that directly for me. But maybe you can.
So, 3-part follow-up versus webinars, auto webinars, whatever. 3-part follow-up, I think I'm a decent copywriter. I think there are a lot of really decent copywriters in here, but if I have to come down to getting my personal self across to you in a 3-part follow-up where I'm guessing what you're feeling right now after every follow-up versus actually being on a webinar with you and actually getting live feedback and being able to react to that live feedback, if I can sit in a room with you, I will sell you something. If you're here long enough and we're hanging out, I'm going to sell each and every one of you something because I'm just that damn charming. I am. It is what it is. Kidding, but every one of you that I've met so far, extremely charming people. Even when you were a little nervous, some of you when we talked, you're all extremely charming. And you all made me laugh, and you all made me feel your story. And I can't do that effectively in a follow-up sequence. You put me on a webinar, I can tell you a story, I can listen to what you're going through, and I can sell. Auto webinar, a little more difficult to do that because you've got new people coming onto it every time and you don't know. But if you're hitting the right audience and you're targeting, it works pretty well. So you got to follow up. What was?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I'm sorry, I should have clarified. The 3-part follow up is a training series, but it's a 3-part training series.
Right.
It would come from 3 email follow ups. So you would recommend that, right?
There's things that happen, like just now, we had a moment when you changed the question a little bit. And see what I just did though? We had connected. And I could play off what you were just doing. We had more of a connection with that training when I couldn't do it. And that's what happens on webinars. And that's why this guy back here and Andrew destroyed. Most of you are probably in this room right now because they destroyed on a webinar and you felt like this is a real person. They're not kidding around. And you felt the realness to it. And I don't care if you're awful on a webinar. It's still much better. My first webinar, I did $14,000 in coaching in an hour, and I was awful. But they've sensed I was real. So webinars all the way is going to be better than a 3-part training every time as far as conversions go. But you got to work more. That's the trade-off. So, great question.
Hey guys, Adam Chandler, Denver, Colorado. So this is a Periscope video, sort of JC or whoever. I've been rebuilding and re-engaging Twitter, my Twitter audience. I've got a little over 50,000 Twitter followers right now. And I've never done a Periscope video. I've done a lot of video marketing, never done a Periscope video. I know there's some kind of connection between Twitter and Periscope. I'm just not sure exactly what it is. And then how would you, and off of the Twitter stuff that I'm doing, I'm getting maybe 10, 15 leads a day. I'm sure there's a way that I could really blow that up with Periscope, integrating Periscope. What would you suggest as far as like a game plan for doing that, or even without the Twitter following, like a game plan for going into Periscope? Is it a video a day, a week? Like, how would you suggest, really diving in there and blowing that up?
Okay, really quick, I want to ask everybody here, if you don't know what Periscope is, please raise your hand. All right, it's a little better than I thought. All right, a lot of people don't know what Periscope is. It's live streaming. And when you get on there, if you have a large following on Twitter, you need to just start funneling them over to your Periscope. That's what I've been doing with all my social media. Like if one of my social media is strong and the other isn't, I start funneling everyone over there. I've been doing a lot of like Facebook Live. It's something new and a lot of people don't know about it, so I'm funneling them over there. What you want to do is have like a schedule throughout your day for your Periscopes. Set up maybe like 3 to 4 of them a day. You're not going to have a lot of results in the beginning, but like I said, you can join like what we started with Scopers Unite. If you look up Scopers Unite, follow me, JC_Limitless. Contact me. I know that you followed me. I'll follow you back, and then we can start working together. I've got a little over 5,000 followers, and I can share them over to your feed. Start looking for somebody that has the same niche as you, and start interacting with the people that are in their scope. Because while you're scoping, for those of you that don't know, it's kind of like a big long text. You're live streaming, there's a live video feed, and people are texting in there. So start interacting with them. They'll literally just start following you. I mean, I get like 100 to 150 people a day that start following me just from interacting in other people's Periscopes. So that would be the best way to do it. Set up something or a structure through the day where they know that you're going to be there at that certain time. They'll make time to be there if they like your content.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in. I got a question for Michael. I was talking to you in the back, if you want to answer this in the middle here. Michael, one thing that I found that was like really valuable for everybody to hear is that when you started and had that first $1 million sales month in social media and Facebook, you basically went out and got investors to be able to put up credit cards, to be able to make sure you had a budget to be able to scale quickly. You saw it was working, so you're like, all we need is the money. But in hindsight, if you were to do it all again, you told me in the back, you probably wouldn't do it with investors because the game's changed since then. That was back in that was a year ago or whatever, a little over a year ago. So if you could just kind of maybe quickly share that story and share why you think everybody in here doesn't even need investment capital, if you can figure out a way to be able to turn your money over quickly and reinvest the profits. Kind of the same conversation we had back there. Would you mind sharing that?
Yeah, great. So I think this is something that's really, really powerful that, if you have a takeaway that you can take away from, just having a big month, coming out of this event, just listening to the numbers that I went through as far as with investment is going to be a big help. So basically I was in the app world before I got into this kind of direct to what's it called again?
Print on demand.
Print on demand.
You can make $1 million in a month and not even know what industry you're in, by the way.
And so, you know, in apps and venture capital, it's, you know, really about having the big win, and a lot of people are going out and raising a tremendous amount of money, and so I think I was really in that mindset. And so I'm a designer by trade. I really kind of dove into, Photoshop and Illustrator. Actually, right out of the Marine Corps, I worked for an advertising firm, and so that was kind of my forte. And so right when print on demand came out, and if you guys aren't designers or don't have too much of a clue about design, don't worry, you can still do it, because most of my success actually didn't come from my own designs. But basically what happened was I did about 30,000 in volume within a few days, and I realized there was something here as far as scalability, and so instantly my mind wanted to scale as big as I could. And so with ads, for those of you that know or don't know, you want to have credit card capacity for Facebook so that you can run ads. And so at that time, Facebook was allowing $5,000 per account as a daily spending limit. And so we worked really hard to get 4 accounts set up, and we were had hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of credit limit on the line, and I brought on investors, and we were just ready to scale to infinity. And we did do really well, and we did scale, but what Chris is talking about is that we had all of this credit card capacity, and we didn't even need it. So on paper, we took a $20,000 initial investment that we paid back to the company within 7 days. Now, it took a little bit of time to set up the company, so I think the real number might be closer to 10 to 14 days. But if you guys can really internalize that number, we took $20,000, paid it back to the company within 1 to 2 weeks, and we were able to scale to 1.3 million operating purely off of a company debit card that was company profits. So we had all of this credit limit, and we didn't even need it. We had 20, for anybody out there that has 20 grand, basically, if you're willing to risk that for about, and now you don't have to risk it as much at all with Shopify, because you get paid so fast. So with Shopify, you get paid within 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Back then, we had to wait a ton of time. We had to wait 2 weeks to get our money, and so that's why we waited. So that's why, looking back, I don't think anybody here needs investment. You just heard from Lawrence. He just came out to visit me in Hawaii about a couple weeks ago. We hung out, saw some dolphins. No, just kidding. He's down to his last $100 and was able to scale to over $300,000 with Shopify. So, point being is that you don't need money to scale. We were able to go to 1.3 million with a $20,000 investment that we paid back within a week to 2 weeks, and operated purely off a company debit card from that point. So it's really, and that's why I love so much of the mindset on the first day of 3C, because it's really about just internalizing that mindset that you're going to make a decision to do it, and then just plugging yourself in front of that keyboard and just making it happen.
Cool, thank you.
Hi, my name is Suzanne, and I have 2 questions about different topics, but it's the same market. The first one is for Arthur, I think. I was in your course a few years ago, and Chris and Arthur, you recommended a product that was a scraping tool to extract IDs and email addresses from Facebook groups, and I bought it. I don't know if it's even legal.
This was years ago, by the way.
Yeah, I had difficulty making it work. It didn't work that good in there. With the MVP on it was low, right? So, but now I have a reason that I really would like to do something like that. And so I either want to know from you if it's worth figuring it out or working with Ali G, or if there's something more relevant that's more updated, because this has to do with the Nepal earthquake thing. I was looking for people who cared about that issue, and I went to Cat Stevens' page, because he wrote a song about Kathmandu, and he posted about the earthquake, and there was 500,000 people who liked it, and thousands of people who commented on it. And recently I heard that Ellen DeGeneres won the Humanitarian Year of the Year award, and I went to her Facebook And she gave away millions and $50 million to charity. And I went back to April 25th, the day of the earthquake, and she posted about Nepal. There's 500,000 people who liked it and hundreds and thousands who commented. And I would like to know if there's a way I can pull those people and get them into my group.
No.
No. Okay.
You could advertise, but I wouldn't suggest doing any type of scraping. Would you agree?
Is it illegal in dark black?
Yeah.
There was a time where it was more accepted on Facebook, and Facebook changed their terms and said no. But let's answer the question more generally. So she has a niche, like really wants to reach out in a very emotional way to help out, support a cause like the Nepal earthquake. There used to be tools that you could sort of scrape a direct audience like that. They don't exist anymore. What would you do these days if you wanted to try to get some publicity and find people that might want to get behind that cause? Right?
I mean, I'd probably build a page on that topic. I'd probably use some of the 3-0 club.
The page is called Nepal Responsibility Network, and I started as a group. Should I turn it into a page?
I would do it as a page and turn it into community, and then do the way that we do it, the way we build pages. It's pretty much the same as we used to do it years ago. It's just that now you have strategies like the one that Chris teaches with the 3-0 club, which is really cool, that I actually was doing in the back of the room when he was teaching it.
Did you send me a screenshot that you're already in the 3-0 club from the time you were in the back of the room?
Kind of.
How did he do this in 10 minutes?
So I would do that. I would build a community around it. I mean, group is okay, but you have to have kind of a list built up or a following in order to make that really go viral. So I think that the page is the way to go. And definitely just stay away from anything that says scraping or don't look it up.
The other thing is an obstacle that I've run into in dealing with Nepalese people, both directions, whether it's me wanting, for example, them to blog about the ongoing situation and buy a blog, buy Kalatu or something, or if it's them coming to me saying, I want to do a business on the internet, and I have a lot of relationships now with people in that situation who lost their income. And in Nepal, they don't use PayPal, and they're just beginning to get credit cards, and usually they're domestic, Nepal, India only, and they're not international most of the time. So the Shopify guys, or anyone who does retail, is there a workaround of a payment processor that works in any country, because they don't have PayPal?
You can still go to other people in other countries that you can connect with that have interest in that cause. They don't have to necessarily be in Nepal, right?
These are Nepalese people who want to put up a store and sell stuff.
Let me give some advice. I would say instead of targeting people who have just lost all of their money, who are completely devastated and don't have the resources.
I didn't target them.
It's just advice. My advice would be to target people in the United States here. We have a thriving economy. A couple of the other countries with thriving economies. Help people make money and donate a percentage of the proceeds to Nepal. It'll get there a lot faster. You'll be in more control, and you'll be able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars if you want. For Nepal, it'll do a lot more impact, because trying to be able to help those people with businesses out there, I will tell you, it's possible, but it'll be an uphill battle.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would just like to know how to answer them when they write me personally and ask about, can you do this? Can you do
Answer
this?
them with some money.
Yeah.
Say, here's some money to start a business. Make it work. Do your best. Where do you get the money from? Learn the strategies here.
My name is John Hunt. I'm from Southern California, and this is going to be to Lawrence. I have a Shopify site that's going to be finished up this week, and when I take all the tools and information that I learned here and implement those and take massive action, I know it's going to take off. So my question to you is, I know that I'm going to need a virtual assistant. Where's the best place to find one?
There's actually a couple different sites that you can go. I use one personally called Upwork.com, and simply when I went to publish, like what you do is you can just publish like a post and your requirements, and you can invite certain freelancers based on your requirements to apply for that position that you're looking for. So that's exactly what I did. I just kind of posted a pretty generic post saying that I'm going to need a virtual assistant to fulfill audition, so I invited them to apply, and then I just went ahead and I picked the best candidate that I felt was suitable for the job.
And I'll just jump in there real quick as well. With these freelancing sites, you often just get a lot of generic responses. No matter what you're posting, you're going to get some rubbish response that's been copied and pasted, and you just go, not this again. And I know a lot of us and many of you, I'm sure, have had very bad experiences with outsourcing work and trying to find someone that connects with you on that same level. So what I go to, if I go to any of those sites, like Freelancer, Elance, Upwork, whatever, in my pitch, I'll say exactly what I want, but I'll throw in like 2 absolutely random,
Yes, it was, Cindy.
questions like, what colour is the sky, or something like that. That makes no sense, but
Sorry, hot
you'll
Cindy
automatically
Brown.
see with the responses you're going to get back, there's going to be so many people that are just going to copy and paste crap, and that automatically tells you that they're not someone that you want to work with, because they're not going to take the time to read your proposal, as if they're going to take the proper time to actually give you the results you want, the work you want, and actually make a difference for you as a virtual assistant, who's a very important person in your business. So just by adding that little thing in there, you can scrape 9 out of 10 people out of that right away.
Can I add to that real quick? Because I think this is a great question. This is a wonderful question. Also, don't buy into the whole internet marketing thing all the time. We all outsource with people from Upwork, and we've had great results and sometimes not so great results. Don't be afraid to look in your local community. Stay-at-home moms have been great for us. Kids in college who don't want to go work fast food have been great for us. And they're willing to work with you. And if you're crappy like I am at talking to people over the internet sometimes to teach them things, there's a lot of power to getting someone in the same room with you for a couple of hours, because you'll get through some things a lot quicker, and you end up spending a lot more on the people that, at least if you're like me and you're crappy at outsourcing, my partner's really good at it, but I'm crappy at it. Me being able to be in the same room, I save so much money, even paying them 4 or 5 times what I was paying a worker per hour, and I have some of those people to this day that are extremely loyal to my company, and we get to sit in the same room. So there's another option, but like I said, don't be afraid of right here, because yeah, that's powerful too. So awesome question.
Let me chime in on that too. I started with using outsourcers. Outsourcing is a very big topic, you guys, and I think if there's one, it's the question itself is decent, but I think the topic is we should all leverage more. Don't be the person to do it all yourself. I used to do it all myself, and then I outsourced, but here's something unique I want to spin on this. What Bender said about finding local talent. I found a graphic designer who was fast and good, and we basically looked at how long it would take him to like design a logo or something like that, and I did the math. If I paid him $3,000 a month full time, the average logo design, the average banner ad, all this kind of stuff averaged out to about $10 for very good quality work. Very good stuff. I mean, logos for products, all this kind of stuff, t-shirt designs, all of this, banners, Facebook ads, everything, $5, $10 a piece, because this person, as long as I give him full-time work, he's probably going to even work overtime and be able to prove himself. There was somebody that I knew. He was American. I could communicate with him. He would stay up the same hours that I was up. I could get instant feedback. I could put in a quick request, and he could give me back a logo in like 30 minutes, and I could say, oh, make these little changes. And an hour later, I could have a logo for a project. You don't even have to pay $3,000. You could start them part-time. I'm just saying I did the math. Believe it or not, it was cheaper for me to hire somebody locally than what I was actually paying in outsourcers. So it's not always cheaper with outsourcers. Sometimes outsourcers do come along with some headaches along the way. So I guess kind of piggybacking on what we were saying, keep your options open, try some different things, see what really works for you and your style. Your gold in terms of help might be right in your backyard.
I'm going to just add a little bit to that as well, because it's a really good question. One of the things I want to just give a little bit more value to your community, and one of the things that we did, because we outsource all over the place, and also we hire in the U.S., we hire overseas, we do a little bit of everything, and I think there's a lot of good sites. You know, Luke mentioned Upwork, and there's TopTile, Guru, Freelancer, and sometimes you get lost, like where to find what, and sometimes you're going to find the best people locally in your local area. I created an infographic for some internal training that we do in our human resources department, and also for some of our students in our course. So what I want to do is I don't have like a link to share with everyone, so I'll give it to, you have a group or something?
Everybody's on a text message here. I can just
yeah, so I'll get it to Chris. Would you guys like if I got like an infographic with all the different outsourcing sites and why you would use certain ones and how much you pay?
different
I'll get
people.
you the information, Cindy. Don't worry.
Okay, so if you guys in the back could, real quick, just in case anybody doesn't have it, could you throw up the SMS page really quick on the screen? Everybody should have it by now. It has literally been up about 20% of the conference. But in case you don't have it, go right there. Arthur will give you the link. I'll shoot it out to everybody that's on that text message update list. 3c.smartmember.com/SMS. 3c.smartmember.com/SMS. Let's go back to the questions. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for sharing that, Arthur.
My name is Nick Araplis from Colorado, and this question is mainly for Michael. In your experience on the print on demand, is it better to send them to a capture page, build a list, and then monetize it that way, or just send it straight to the Teespring or whatever site you're using?
Yeah, I would. I mean, like I said, I would probably go with Shopify just because you're going to have a lot more of those options available to you. So if you're running, and my outlook has changed on print on demand as well. So I'm looking at just e-com in general now. So print on demand is just one side of e-com. It's just, you know, sweatshirts or t-shirts or hats. But there's also jewelry. There's also all these products out there that that are really awesome that you can basically be the provider for. And so my advice would be to put them to a Shopify store. There's going to be a lot of apps where you can just click a button and get some of the desired results that you want, like lead capture, you know, when somebody leaves and abandons the cart, that you capture the email then. There's all sorts of things that are going to be available on Shopify. Are you currently on Shopify?
No.
Okay. So I would recommend checking it out. It's a huge paradigm shift for, so I've been in software for a while, and I used to fly out to India because, you know, when you're looking at programming software and doing stuff, it's very expensive in the US, especially if you're doing really big projects. Actually, Chris and I worked on projects together, Arthur as well, and so, you know, it was a lot of time to, like, let's say if you had an e-commerce store even, you know, a few years ago, and you wanted to, you know, implement, let's say, a lead capture page, or you wanted to, let's say if somebody left your cart, you wanted to send them, you know, maybe 3 emails over a 2-day period to show their cart that they abandoned and try to bring them back. These are all really great ideas that generate tons and tons of revenue, but just a few years ago, you would have had to go and program that stuff. You would have had to find a developer